Capricorns, what's poppin'? Namaste and sakpase to all of my Capricorns. This is Priestess Yaya back with another reading. This reading is called Pray Without Ceasing, Revelations Part 1 for Capricorns. This is for all Capricorn placements. It doesn't matter where Capricorn falls at in your birth or your natal chart. Specifically Jupiter in Capricorn, Mercury in Capricorn. Some of you could have a Lilith, if I can talk, you would have a Lilith, a Black Moon in Capricorn, Chiron in Capricorn, South Node, North Node, you know the drill, Ascendant, Rising, obviously Sun and Moon, wherever Capricorn falls out in your birth or your natal chart. This reading could possibly resonate with you. However, 10th house, keeping in mind that this entire reading could be backwards, vice versa, flipped around, or upside down, so do not force this shit. As a disclaimer, I do use profanity. I curse on this channel, so if that's something that bothers you, you don't want to watch me. I also am a practitioner of hoodoo, Fudan, Santeria, Obeya, Obaya, Palamanyambe. So if that's something that offends you, you know, I'm a sorceress, into divination and conjure. So as some of you could possibly be, you know what I'm saying? But if it offends you, then again, I might not be your reader. However, for the rest of you, welcome. Like, share, subscribe to it. If it resonates with you and your scenario, do not force it. All right. Like I said in the beginning, this entire reading could be backwards. It's called Pray Without Ceasing, Revelations Part 1 for Capricorn, the 10th house. We're going to get right into it. My model Capricorns, take what resonates, darlings, and leave the rest. If the shit doesn't apply, Capricorn, we let it fly because it may not be your reading. All right. So we're going to look and see what's the revelation for Capricorn. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell for part 2. Thank you. My Capricorns. Overall energy for Capricorn, regardless of where it's at in your birth or your natal chart, we have the 9 of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire sign energy. You could have fire placements in your chart. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, okay? But you don't have to be. This is just your overall energy. 9 of Wands. Well, what that tells me, Capricorn, is you have been, as per usual, okay, because that's just seemingly like the destiny of a lot of the Capricorns that I channel for. You feel like you always go through some shit. There's always some obstacle to overcome for Capricorns, because remember, if I could talk, remember, you guys represent the GOAT. Not only the greatest of all time, Capricorn, but the one who succeeds but has to go through so much to accomplish accomplish your goal, your dreams, your affirmation. There's always an obstacle or some type of setback or challenge. But regardless of that, no matter what the challenge has been, some of you could be born on December 29th, January 9th, January 19th, could be relative, okay? 9 of Wands tells me, Capricorn, no matter what you've been through, no matter what obstacle has come up, no setback, blockage, you are standing your ground. You're not backing down. You will not be defeated. This is the energy of no quitting sense. You are not giving up. I don't give a fuck. You are the wounded warrior. You have been in many battles and you are still standing. You're still fighting. Tired, weary, doesn't matter. Your fortitude, or your what's the word I'm looking for? You're just determined. Your determination to overcome and to stand tall, no matter how you feel, you're still going to fight. For some of you, you could have been dealing with health situations, but just know that in numerology, the number 9 means you're at the end of a cycle. All right, that has been very difficult, tiresome. Some of you could work a lot, have more than one job, have a lot of responsibility. And again, because it bears repeating, some of y'all could have had a lot of challenges, obstacles, setbacks, barriers. But that is over, Capricorn, all right? Right with that came out, and again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, we have the Five of Cups, Five of Chalices, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be in something to you, okay? Capricorn, Five of Cups tells me that, hi, yeah, there's the sense of regret, there's a sense of a loss, there's a sense of sadness, grief, okay? Looking at the glass half empty, Capricorns, okay? It has been said, and we all zodiac signs have a negative stigma or stereotype. The one for Capricorn represents pessimism. So this is giving the energy of being pessimistic, looking at things like shit ain't worked out like you had planned. And again, there's a strong emphasis on you looking at the glass half empty, right? But what this card tells us, and this is relative to the past, someone could have been born on the 15th of January, December 25th. Okay, could mean something to you. January 5th. Five of Cups tells me that you are looking at the Three Cups that are wasted, which represents your hopes, your dreams, your, what you wanted to occur. But Capricorn, you have Two Cups behind you, which represents the glass being half full. So this is a need for you to look at a situation from a brand new perspective, regardless of what you've been through. It's time for you to not dwell on the past and the past mistakes or regrets. This could also again represent grief, sadness, but know that with these Two Cups that are still upright, all is not lost. That's typically, the message with the Five of Cups. All is not lost, even though it appears to be. It appears that you don't have the ability to salvage, or you don't have the resources to salvage a situation. But in all actuality, you got to look at this glass as half full, because you still have opportunity to start something new. And and you cannot make the shit up. It's collaborated here with the sun at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, cannot make this shit up. Happy days are here again. No matter what you went through, going through, the sun will shine again for you, Capricorn. This is a card of faith and hope, healing. It could represent pregnancy, celebratory energy, marriage. Someone could be pregnant. This is a major arcana for Leo, okay? So a Leo could mean something to you specifically. But the sun tells me that there's going to be fortune. There's going to be, blessings. This represents a new phase, a new beginning, a brand new beginning. Okay, the sun is going to shine. This can also tell me you're going to get a lot of attention. You are receiving a lot of attention. You're going to be the center of attraction, attention. Someone here could be a celebrity, or you could find stardom or fame. Someone could become famous. Something also has been illuminated to you. Some of you may have gone through the dark night of the soul, but you have gone through some type of spiritual transformation, transmutation. There's been an epiphany, an aha moment. It's like you went through some type of awakening, because this card does speak to a spiritual awakening, some type of spiritual rebirth, seeing things from a brand new, and I mean literally a brand new fucking perspective. You cannot make this shit up, I'm telling you. Wheel of Fortune. Another major arcana. I mean, you can't make this shit up, Capricorns. Good fortune, divine timing. Things happen when they're supposed to. Chance of a lifetime meetings. Someone could hit the lottery. Someone could become famous again. The sun and the Wheel of Fortune. This could indicate wealth. This could indicate status. A prophecy being fulfilled. Because you went through a lot of bullshit. You went through a lot of obstacles. You went through a lot of setbacks, trials, tribulations. Some of you could have felt like you were under spiritual attack, and that could have very well been the case for a select few of you that are into divination, spell work, sorcery, the occult. A lot of you could have felt like you were being attacked spiritually or in some type of spiritual warfare, but know that you are going to be victorious. Wheel of Fortune, i.e. the sun. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter's energy, a Sagittarius, Leo, a strong fire sign energy could be relative, okay? But your luck is about to change. Things happen in divine timing. This is the wheel of good karma. What goes around comes around, and now it's time for Capricorns to be on the upside of the fortune, because a lot of you have been going through some major fucking challenges, okay? But there's a new beginning. There's new opportunities. There's blessing. There's abundance. There's hope, healing. There's renewed faith, and you passed the test. Three of Swords coming up in the reverse. Okay, some of you went through a major heartbreak, and you have released that feeling. You've released those energies. You've released that sadness. There's a need to release. You healed some type of betrayal, possible third party. Doesn't have to be, but something that hurt you deeply. You with the Three of Swords in the reverse, and I wasn't even going to pick up reverse cards. Just keeping it a stack. But this is significant, okay? You have overcome some type of heartbreak or heartache, some type of trauma, with the Three of Swords in the fucking reverse, which is a good thing. There's been some judgment call. You cannot make this shit up. Divine intervention, judgment. Major arcana for Taurus, Sagittarius, even Scorpio energy. There's been a judgment call. You've had a wake-up call. You've had a come to Jesus moment, so to speak. There's been a spiritual awakening. I told you went through some type of rebirth. And there's been a judgment call. Maybe you Capricorns made a judgment call on a possible fire sign. Like I said, Queen of Wands energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Okay, so definitely a lot of fire, which represents passion, creativity. This is someone who could be a witch. This is someone who could definitely, one of the more masculines of the Queens of Tarot, may have a cat or a familiar. This is someone who's very beautiful, gorgeous, regardless of your gender, gorgeous, sexy, attractive, charismatic. This is someone who's very passionate, the go-getter, all right? Now, this could represent your energy, going after what you want, standing out, being cut from a different cloth type energy, or this could be a fire sign person, and you've gotten some type of epiphany and awareness. Ace of Swords, brand new beginning. Feel what I'm saying? There's an ace. This is the Ace of Truth. You've had a breakthrough. You've had a realization, an epiphany, some type of victory you overcame. Ace of Swords, the Sun, and the Wheel of Fortune represents, a new awareness, a breakthrough, victory, communications at its finest, cutting through the deception, cutting through an illusion, seeing things from a brand new perspective, speaking your truth, demanding the truth. This represents open communication, honest, upfront, demanding that energy. Yeah, you can't make it up. Capricorns, Nine of Pentacles, your own energy. We got Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You, Taurus, and Virgo. Sagittarius energy. We got all the signs pretty much. It could be anybody's sign, or all of these placements could be in your chart. But you are abundant. Some of you could be single, and if you're not single, you're very independent as how you make your finances. You might have a separate bank account from your spouse, partner. This is someone who's enjoying the fruits of their labor. You've put in a lot of hard work and effort, and I feel like with this energy, the heavens are opening up for you. This represents independence, freedom, not having debt, someone who is footloose and fancy free, sitting back in luxury because you guys went through some type of financial hardship. Some of you, it could have to do with your health. Someone could have faced homelessness in the past, but all of those things are, because the number 5 for me, and this is the second number 5, so the 5th could mean something to you, Capricorns. January 5th could mean something to you. December 15th could mean something to you. And not December, December 15th, which is Capricorn. So a Capricorn, Sagittarius, could mean something to you. Strong Sagittarius, strong Leo. Okay? But some of you could have felt left out in the cold in a situation, or simply have gone through sickness, some type of misfortune. But again, the number 5s in tarot for me represents the past. So this is no longer the case, all right? Things are moving forward. Stay tuned to part 2. This is the Revelations. Peace.